my dad figure. When you asked me for our work, I was thinking about him. And I said, yes, I get to bring something in the church. Something that give them something. Just give it to the church where they're working at. To contribute to the mission. Don't you understand? I imagine that's what the people felt when they came to the tabernacle to build it. They brought their gifts. They brought what they had. They did not have anything. They had the clothes on their back, and they had the tithe that the people paid them. God said, you are priests and royal priesthood. Whether you realize it or not, the people of Egypt, those slaves, paid them tithes. You think about, here's the thing, we were in slavery because you enslaved us, right? But we are the God of freedom. Free and free indeedly, joy unspeakably, full of glory, life and life more abundantly. He is free. As long as I got that God, even though I am maybe in slavery, building a brick, I will always have a song in my heart. This is the day. This is the day. I may be in slavery. You may be Egyptians, I may be in slavery, but check this out. Once they left, those people that enslaved them paid them. Do you understand that to cancel out the slavery aspect of it? Do you understand that they were no longer slaves once they got paid? Pharaoh's dumb. I think it was Ramses, right? Moses' pseudo cousin. Pharaoh was dumb. Why was Pharaoh dumb? Because if you really wanted to take their freedom away, you would have taken the articles that the people gave them back. Chasing them and bringing them back. Chasing them and killing them. Because they've already tasted freedom. So chasing them and bringing them back. Chasing them and killing them will not help you. Because once I taste freedom, I am free. That's it. You cannot enslave me. My mind has already been set free. Once I am free, I am free. I may get bound up in something else, but I'm not going to get bound up in that again. It won't be the same exact thing. Because I have been freed. The problem was, he thought, let me chase them, because if I chase them, I will bring them back. I made a mistake. Who's going to make the bricks? Who's going to make the bricks, Pharaoh? Well, I don't know. Well, we need somebody to make the mixture for the bricks, too. So go do that. I don't know. What? Oh, the Israelites did that. We had lights in our life. Matthew 5:16, we had lights in our life and we did not realize it because the Israelites were there and we did not pay homage to them while they were here. We did not pay them for what they were doing. So the Israelites, the light that we had before has now gone, and now all we have is darkness. Chase a slave and bring them back, even if you bring them back, if they're not the same slave. Because what are they thinking? I'm even thinking African American slaves now. What is the slave thinking if you chase a slave and bring him back? They would kill him. They were really dumb. They would chase a slave and then kill him. But chase him, get him, and bring him back. They'll cut the foot off something. You're only maiming them so that they cannot do the work that you want them to do. Kill them and you lose the money. The inventory. You have that chattel person that you treat that black person like. You treat them like chattel, right? They are a light. Bring them back and let them live and start them all over again, and they will always be free under your roof. You will not even be able to talk to them the same way. I will not look at Lois when she beat me. Yes, mommy, I will not look at her. I will not beat me. Foster care diapers came and got me. Diapers, Division of Youth and Family Services in Jersey, came and got me, right? Put me in foster care. I was out of her house for about a year. I came back on my own volition because I missed my sisters. Against their advice, I came back on my own volition. Nobody wanted me. If you want to foster care and you don't get adopted, you don't get adopted. Nobody wants you. So I went back because I thought that she said nobody would love me. She said it and I thought she was right. But this time, the whole time Samantha Tasha could curse her out. She wouldn't hit them. She didn't say anything to them. They weren't abused. I was the one that got it. Because I said, yes, mommy. Right? Now! And I had to clean the entire house. Lois didn't clean anything. She did not believe in that. I had to clean the entire house. The only thing I did not touch was her bedroom. Living room, bathroom. And I had to clean the living room. It's not like I could turn on the TV while I was doing it. Nope. There was no couch because she said she was not about us having comfort. She's not about me having comfort. So there was no couch. There was nothing to sit on in the living room. There was a stereo that blasted on 1010 Wins News to wake me up. The news watch never stops. This is WINS. Y'all think, why do I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning automatically? That's why. For 13, 14 years, that's what I heard. And I'll just, and get up and start moving. It didn't even shock me. It never shocked me. When I went back, she had a lot of things happened, and she ended up having my little brother, right? And she tried to force me to get up after working and take care of him, and just I tried my best to do everything. She just kept piling things on, right? But here's the one thing she never could understand. I'll be here, right? I'll be that. You call me on my name. You call me a female dog, right? I'll be that. But here's the thing: you will never enslave me again. Call me mommy, and I said I can't do that. Why? Because I never had a mother. This is at my grandma's house in front of everyone. I was being honest. I wasn't trying to insult her. But I knew after being outside, I'd been outside, and I'd been in Brian's house, and I'd been in a whole bunch of institutions in Brian's house too, right? But I've been outside, and I knew even watching Brian and his mother interact. He's Colombian. My best friend, right? He's Colombian, and as Brian's mother interact, I knew she didn't even speak a lick of English. She did not speak one lick of English. I ran from his father because his father was alcoholic, right? So she did not speak a lick of English, but I knew even the way the way that his mother treated him, and the way he spoke to her, the communication that they had, that what I had was whack. She asked him something, right? She was making prompter notes, right? And she asked him, so I love me some prompter notes, oh my Lord. She asked him something, and he's responded in Spanish, but I could tell by her tone, she was asking him. She was standing in front of the sink, and he responded to her, and I said, oh my Lord, and I put both my elbows up over my head. And she just turned around and looked at me with her eyes big. And he turned around, he said, Jamie, what are you doing? I said, she's going to kill you. He said, why? I said, because I heard no. I heard you say no. You're not allowed to say no, ever. We were not allowed to say no to those. I wasn't, ever. You don't say the word no. You don't say what. You don't ask questions. What, who, what, when, where, why. Don't ever go ahead and say how. Because I'm telling you to do something, you want to say how to do it? No. I'll kill you for that. I was free. Acting like a slave in Brian's house. Brian's house was the house of freedom. His mother, he said the reason why they took me because they could not talk to me, and I was in a corner rocking back and forth hugging my knees. Now here's the thing, right? But I wouldn't respond to them. But here's the thing, he said his mother, even being from Colombia, not speaking a lick of English, knew before that happened that something was wrong with me. I was ready to explode. And here's the thing, I knew, not speaking a lick of Spanish, right? When she spoke to him, that love between two people, between a mother and a son, a mother and a daughter, looked different than what I had been exposed to. It looked different than what I had seen. Slavery! Take me back, yes, take me back. But things are different now. Take me back, yes, take me back. But I've been exposed to freedom, and once I've tasted freedom, if I grow up in slavery, I did not know what Lois was doing was wrong. I didn't know I was abused. I had no idea. I didn't even think that do other kids get treated like that. I just thought it was normal. Like what I had was normal. I didn't know that was anything to complain about. Until I had a nervous breakdown in 10th grade in my French class. I was screaming, and I just would not stop screaming. Take me back, though. Take me back. Once I've been free, I will never be slaved again. It says, be not entangled again in the yoke of bondage. Oh, God. In this instance, what is the yoke of bondage? Not my instance, right? I just gave y'all my story so y'all understand. Even somebody that grew up and was born into a slavery household, a enslaved mindset, may not break free the moment they go back, but they know something is different, right? So Pharaoh is chasing you into the Red Sea. And then Moses puts his rod over it, right? And he holds his rod up at Aaron and her, right? I said her. Who was her? Was the girl there? Just say Miriam. Was it Miriam? Because there was two brothers and a sister. You say Miriam. You gotta say her. No, Jamie. H-U-R her. Aaron and her was holding his arms up. When he got tired, they had to hold his arm up. When they fight battles, when he got tired, they had to hold his arm up, right? Because none of the slaves knew to stop and pray. None of the slaves would stop and pray like Moses prayed. None of the slaves would stop and pray in any situation, right? Because they had just come out of slavery. So they knew leeks and onions. They knew their minds were leaking and their life smelled like onions, but they didn't know to pray. 400 years after Joseph, right? That's why Joseph said, when you go, take my bones up out of here. Because Joseph knew he started it. He brought his family into Goshen. He brought his family into it. These are nothing but the descendants of the tribes of Israel, Joseph's brothers, along with Ephraim and Manasseh. Joseph started this. That's why Joseph said before he died, he said, I don't care what happens, make sure you don't leave my bones up in here. Take my bones out of here. If this was an okay place, why wouldn't you be okay with your family's bones being here? And your bones being here? Why wouldn't you be okay with your bones being here, Joseph? If it was an okay place, you knew. Coming out of slavery. They're running, right? They're running out of slavery right here. I got the stuff, right? I got clothes on my back and I got some gold and stuff, right? This is what I told you guys. That gold is valuable over here. Over there, they value water. Because they got gold, they got stuff, they got something. And when Pharaoh went chasing after him, them, what did he grab? Or what did he try to grab? He tried to grab them. He wasn't thinking about the stuff that they were carrying. They were paid tithes by the Egyptians, and they still did not ask for it in that manner, in the manner where, please give it to us, we're begging you get to give us reparations for what we have done for you. It wasn't like that, right? It was given to them. It was tied to them without question. These things were given to them, right? Now here's the thing. Selah. With the risk of making this allegory, I don't want to do that because I don't want to. I was told that I should not throw myself into the Bible, which we know. I was told this yesterday. Jamie, don't be careful. Don't throw yourself into the Bible, right? Because if you throw yourself into the Bible, you can make ties and systems between things, right? That may not be meant to be tied together. Don't tie things. If you're going to stick with the passage, go in at that passage and maybe subset other passages behind it. I never knew that. I never understood that because of where I come from, they bounce back and forth and they will give you like 5 different passages for one message. That's why I have an eclectic knowledge of the Bible. I know the Bible weird. So the risk of making this an allegory, at the risk of making this allegory, I threw myself for a moment into the Red Sea. Splash! That's the extent of it. I didn't say I throw myself to the Red Sea with the Israelites. I said I throw myself into the Red Sea. Just throw myself in. Splash! Right? Pull, breathe, kick, glide. Pull, breathe, kick, glide. That's my breaststroke. They weren't doing that though. They were. I imagine a couple of them were about to have a stroke. Because all they saw was Pharaoh and the rider. Who's the rider? It talks about Pharaoh and the rider riding towards them, right? When Deborah makes her song, this is all right. I'm telling you, I just remember the Bible in weird ways, right? I don't pay attention to certain scriptures, but when I need them, they just come back to me. The scriptures that I just read or pass over, they just come back to me, right? So Pharaoh and the rider. Who's the rider? The rider, we know Pharaoh was Pharaoh's name, so to speak. That was his title, so to speak. That was his identity, right? But the rider was identified as the rider, meaning that was his job. Who's I talking to? David, Nick's brother, Nick Frederickson's brother. I talked to David on Saturday, right? I said, y'all see Samuel, right? Karen had a fruit flat out. That's my baby. I was like, all right, Samuel, keep doing it. Keep doing it. Remember your pamphlet last year? I'm ashamed you on the streets. I'm ashamed you on the streets. Remember your pamphlet last year? With all that watermelon that I bought? All that watermelon. I tried to eat all that watermelon at one time for, and they want to give me and Jonathan no watermelon. And his pamphlet was red. It was red for all that watermelon. But literally, Samuel loved fruit as much as I do, even more. Samuel's housing that fruit. I ain't never seen nobody eat that fast. I was like, wow. I said, is that why he's growing so fast? She said, he's a boy, Jamie. I said, but is that common? He literally eat. I grabbed one grape. He grabbed six at one time and put them all in his mouth. And he just kind of rubbed it in and threw it all in it. Rubbed his hand across his mouth, threw it all in it. I was like, Samuel, stop it. I want a grape. I want to eat it in peace. He don't grab anything. He grab one quicker than me. That's a boy. That's the book of Samuel. I said, because he did that. He identifies as a Fredrickson, Stephen and Christina's baby boy, right? That's I promise you at night, I said this before. I said, Sam has a full-time job, and then Jonathan said like baby boss. I said, yes, Sam got a full-time job. He got a suitcase, he got a briefcase. I bet you he go to the airport. He work at the airport. He got a full-time job. Overnight, didn't come before anybody realized it, and he get in bed because the alarm gonna go off at 8 o'clock. She really gets up at 8 o'clock. He know he got a job. If your son had a job, because that's Stephen and Christina's son. If your son had a job, for me, I looked at the situation. I said, I don't know. I'm just here for the food. Truthfully speaking, I was there to watch baby Luke get cake smeared in his face. I was like, smash it in his face, and I started doing a cheer, and nobody was listening. I didn't enjoy not being listened to. Nobody else smashed the cake in the baby's face. They just let him eat it, but watching him eat it was funny too. I went to the portrait studio and his parents would bring a cake. They say, Jamie, take a couple of pictures. So I take a couple of pictures, right, with the baby. Ooh, look at me. Look at me. That make the kind of sound babies like that sound. I don't know why. They like that. I don't know. They're weird. So the babies are weird. So I would make those sounds and I'll take my pictures. Right? They say, okay, I got a cake. You got some cake. Yeah. They look at me like, no. This is for his face. What? Why are you tormenting your baby? You don't like your baby anymore? Why are you going to torment your baby? Just like Jimmy, I want pictures with cake in his face. I want pictures with cake all over him. I'm like, okay. Why don't we just do a cake in front of him and put some whipped cream all over him? She said, because that's not authentic, Jamie. That's not authentic. They want cake in the baby's face. So I just got used to it after a while. Cake in his face. Cake in his face. We're going to cake you up, Luke. Cake you up, Luke. Luke be looking at me like, why is she here? He won. He looked at me like, I don't know. Why is she here? I gotta take her leave her. As we were leaving, Levi was like, come on, Jamie, hurry up, come on. So we're like getting in the car, Levi getting in the car, and Lily's already in the car seat. He goes, where's Jamie? Why you talk like you singing, Lily? Wow. Okay, Jamie. So we all in the car. We brought in the car. We closed the door. Samuel opened up the blinds. The party is still going on. There's like 20 people in the house. His Grammy, right, who he's going to spend the night with, Miss Joan, great-grandmother, Dorothy, and the house is packed. The house is packed to the brim. Samuel opens up the shade and looks out the window and says, bye, Chini. I was like, you can't bring him. Let's go make it out. Let's go get him. She's like, She said, I had him for 2 days. No. She got to take her own home. But nephew. She said, I had enough. Because he does it all the time. He literally follows Lily around and torments her. He does. He'll follow around and pull her hair, or follow around and push her real fast. My cousins used to do me. We were the same age. Kitty would literally come in the door, and I couldn't stand him coming in the door. And then, it's literally, I'm talking like 15, 16 years old. Pick me up and throw me on the bed. What is the point? I don't need a nap. I don't want to go to sleep. I don't want to go to sleep. Stop that. The devil is a liar. Stop that. I couldn't stand it. He didn't care. He did it anyway. He felt like he needed to do it. So after a while, I was just like, I was just standing there. Oh, Kenny coming? Why? So I was just standing in front of the door. Hi, Kenny. And he'd pick me up and just throw me. Why? I'm a girl. Stop that. Neither one of those kids are my kids. It really belongs to Ashley and Dan, right? Dance. and then Samuel belongs to Stephen and Christina. But back in the Red Sea, splash, right? If either of them worked a job, Like I was just there for the fruit and the cake, right? David was like, and I love David's wife. They both like, we just here for the splash. If either of those kids, Samuel or Lily, ended up with a job as an adult, ended up with a job, right, where they were forced to do something that they may disagree with. I'm the writer. I'm not the Pharaoh. I'm just here to be the rider. I'm the ride along. Call me ride along Cassidy. Didn't people back in the Western stuff like that, they had what you call sidekicks, right? Remember Robin, Batman and Robin. Robin was just there for the tights. He was there for a pretty red outfit. Batman did the work. Batman had the Batmobile. Remember Thundercat? Thundercat. Oh, right here, you got the Thundercat, the main Thundercat with the sword, right? The sword over the eye, right? Remember that? I love that because I think it's biblically based. The sword over the eye gives you sight behind sight. Don't play with me. Christina did not like us watching it at the house because she thought it was too scary for kids. I like this Bible. You let them watch Is Love the Blonde? This Bible. She's like, Jimmy, do they take out a Bible? Then no. It's biblically based. The sword. Ephesians 6, right? The sword gives you sight beyond sight. Sword. But let's say even a Thundercat, right? Thundercat. Oh, now he could have picked a different word. Thundercat. Chicken. Because I don't like, that word. Oh, you could pick a different word, and I don't even want to say it. It hurts my feelings a little bit. Anyway, I thought about Gomer. I did. That's where my mind goes. So anyway, you got that Thundercat, right? Remember Snarf? Snarf walked around. Snarf became real smart. He did. See what helped him? He had like a little bit of wisdom. But Snarf just walked around and said, Snarf. He was just there to snarf things. He snarfed things. So he walked around and said, Snarf. Every sentence has snarf in it. Are you going to snarf that? And if people understood what that meant, are you going to smell that? Are you going to eat that? Something. No, but are you going to snarf that? Snarf, and when we wasn't talking about it, snarf. Snarf was just there to snarf things. Snarf was right along Cassie. Like Snarf was that sidekick, right? That just snarf things. So when I was watching a couple episodes, and anytime they went anywhere, the Thundercats were smart. Because they went 2 by 2 or something like that. But anytime they went anywhere, they would never go alone. I'll go with Lionel. Okay, I'm gonna take Snarf with me. Even the head, that's the head. Lionel, Thundercats. Oh, he would need a partner. He would take. They would go in 2 by 2. So he would take Snarf sometimes. Even though Snarf couldn't fight, Lionel would keep the sword. Lionel would do the fighting. He'd say Snarf, hide, and he would start fighting. He'd take care of his partner because his partner can't fight. All his partner could do is snarf, and snarfing is nothing. I should start snarfing. Walk up to people and say Snarf. Go to the pastor, go to David Lewis. Are you going to snarf that? Let's see his face. Snarf that. Just give me some snarf. Give me some snarf. I'm hungry. Snarf me some food. Snarf. I'm good for nothing but snarfing. I got a little bit of wisdom, but I got some snarfing. A little bit of wisdom, but a lot of snarfing, right? Either way, you need me. I can't fight, and I can't help you, and I can't defend you. But I'll come along and annoy you by saying snarf all the time. I'll do that. That's my way house. I'm saying my way house. That's my way house. Everybody needs a partner, right? So Pharaoh took the rider. Now is the rider along, or is he the driver? Was it like a driver Miss Daisy type situation? Or was it like Saul, right? Remember Saul was fighting in the war that he should not have been fighting because Samuel told him right before when he had the witch at Endor's house, he said, next day, by this time tomorrow, you and your sons will be with me. And Saul died that very next day, but he died because he dressed in, he thought he was smart, he dressed in another man's armor. When he dressed in armor, he dressed down as king. If he had stayed in king's armor, it's possible that he wouldn't have gotten shot the way they did. But he dressed in another man's armor. Because he did that, he got killed. The same way Ahab did. Almost. So I thought he was smart by dressing another man's armor, and when he did that, the enemy saw them on a chariot. While these 2 men dressed like that on a chariot, dressed like soldiers, regular soldiers on a chariot, and they took shots at them. Sometimes when I dress down, does that highlight me?